Peter from Wishy Washy Windows in Australia. What's the maximum recommended length for your radial high-flow tube? I already have 75 feet, and I wanted to know if I should buy a 75 feet or 150 feet and then combine the two lengths for 225 feet. My personal thinking is that the maximum length of high flow should be 150 feet. There are guys out there with 300 feet, but to run with longer than 150 feet, you have to understand your fluid dynamics and you have to have good water pressure in the system. And it's very different if somebody's got good water pressure from the tap and they've got DI only versus RO, because RO takes some of the pressure to filter the water. So there are a number of things which can mean that that tube is too small for that. So we actually have a new hose which we're going to release in this month. Yeah, Martin can go and find it. So it's a 16 millimeter hose, so a 5/8 hose. I'm not going to catch that. So this is high visibility, high, not super high pressure, but it's a very, very nice hose. And so for long run, this is 150 feet. So for long run, this is actually ideal. So I know we get asked this question so much that I thought, well, I'll solve the problem, because American garden hose is really big and hard to handle, right? And it's so it's just clunky. So there's more efficiency in saying, look, you don't need the garden hose size. Really this is what you need. Yeah, and it's soft, so it won't go hard in winter. It'll lay flat on the ground. I mean, all the principles that we try and espouse, is the best type of tubes to have. So you can get this from us. I think it'll be available either just with the hose on its own, or you can get it on the reel with 75 feet of high flow on a stainless steel reel.
And we have a video that is really good, how to increase your flow rate. Do you remember that? Could that be applied when we do the test between the different?
Yeah, if you wanted to understand the meaning of why bigger hose works, but bigger than bigger doesn't make any difference, right? Too small makes a difference. Too long, too small makes a difference. Just right is just right, and bigger than just right makes no difference, right? So that's why this is all calculated scientifically, is to have the least amount of hose tube diameter with the maximum amount of flow rate, working backwards from the flow rate that we want at the brush, which is around half a gallon a minute, and then looking at the fluid dynamics all the way back to the filter and back to the spigot or the tank, or however it is that you're sourcing your water. So so I would say, for example, like in our sense, 150 feet of this, 75 feet of high flow is 225 feet. That's a lot of hose. You could cut this in half and join it with a push fit. So we'll make sure that those are in the tank. And the idea is, don't use more hose than what you need, because all hose reduces. All hose has resistance. Resistance creates a back pressure, and then the fact that you've got resistance and back pressure means you've got less flow rate, right? So. Whew.
Yeah.
So what was the name of that video? Did you find it?
Yep, I found it. I think it's this
in
one.
YouTube. What's the actual name of it? Oh yeah, that's it. Why to not use 5/16 inch 8 millimeter tube in YouTube? Why to not use 5/16 inch? Oh, it's pretty smart. Hold it in front of the camera.
Yeah, it looks like that. Why to not use 5/16 inch 8 millimeter tube? And there you can see difference between different hoses and how it affects your flow rates.
Yeah, that's a really, really good video. What was the brush we used then? Was it?
For that one, we used a deep frame.
And did it have
it has the radial
jets.
Hydroblade
Right.
plus jets.
Right.
So that's a really good video. You can actually see how the different hoses affect the flow rate, and it's incredible. So it's a great video.
Yeah, it is a great video. And it also gives you the way to check what your flow rate is and teaches you that quite easily. Done with that. Thank you, buddy. Fantastic.